Hello?
Hey, Justin.
How's it going?
Hey, it's going great. This is Steve Jewin from MMA Mania. It's good to talk to you again.
Yeah, sure, you as well.
All right. Well, you've got a big fight coming up on September 18th. It's the second time you're facing Luis Palomino. So how's the preparation going for that fight?
It's going fantastic, after last fight. I just know that I have to be in good shape, because the pace could be the same, could be slower, could be a little faster, with a little bit more grappling. I really don't know how it's going to go. So I'm just making sure that my cardio is top notch, and I know no matter what, if my cardio and my preparation is good, then there's nobody in the world that can beat me. So confident.
Yeah, well, you should be, because that was a fantastic fight the last time out. In fact, a lot of people were calling it a Fight of the Year candidate, and that was March. I mean, the year wasn't even half over yet, and people were raving about how great that fight was.
Yeah.
And if it's faster, I don't know if we can take it being faster. I might just have a heart attack if you guys go any faster.
Yeah, for real. Hey, I just hope I finish it faster. That's all I'm worried about.
Well, that's something I wanted to ask you about, because we got a quote the other day from an interview you did, and you said that you wanted to finish him much more violently than the last time. So what's motivating you?
Yes.
What's making you feel that way?
It feels great to literally take their heart. I took his heart from him. I mean, he quit. He could not even stand up anymore. But it wasn't as violent as I would hope. I really want to put him to sleep. I'd rather go to sleep than do that again. But I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna take a bunch of chances in this fight like I have in past fights. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna get the win, and I'm gonna try to make it as fast as possible. And hopefully it's with a slam, dump him on his head, and he gets knocked out, or it's with a big punch. But if it's a submission, I'm be disappointed, but I'm not gonna come here and complain too much about it. I want to win.
When you say it's going to be a smarter fight, does that mean that you're not going to just try to walk through his power punches like you did the last time?
Yeah, I'd say so. Anytime I took a punch, I felt like I was going to deliver one a little better, so that's the only reason I took one. But he's fast, man. He's fought at 45 before, and I was definitely. It wasn't surprising. I knew he was going to be fast. He hits hard, but he thinks he hurt me really bad for some reason, and I was never really hurt in that fight. He clipped me with one good left hand. That was a really good punch, and it should have put me to sleep, but it didn't, and it didn't rock me that bad. And she thinks that I'm scared because he can punch hard, but no, I mean I'm training with Nate Marquardt tomorrow morning. I got a sparring session, so I'm not worried about people that hit hard. I just definitely hopefully I don't know. I'm gonna hit him a lot. I'm gonna hit him just many times last time, kick him, but I just hope I put him to sleep this time. That's all I care about.
Yeah, and if you're rolling with Nate Marquardt and trading punches with him, that guy hits like a ton of pricks himself. So whatever Palomino,
he does. He's not as fast as Palomino, but he definitely hits hard. And then I got some people that are jumping in there faster than him, so I'm seeing all kinds of different looks right now.
I think Palomino also proved that there's one thing you two have in common. It's that you both got a chin, because there were exchanges where I thought either one of you could have dropped, and neither one of you did. So you're both incredibly tough.
I agree, man. He's freaking tough, and yeah, he hit me with some shots that I should have went down from, but I've worked my whole life on getting my neck pulled on in wrestling, so strong neck, strong jaw.
I wonder, because fighters that are famous for their ability to take a punch right up until the point they can't take one anymore, like Chuck Liddell used to be that way. Nobody could hurt him no matter how many times they rocked him. And then after that fight with Rampage Jackson, everything seemed to change. Do you ever worry that you're going to have that one fight where your chin might just go?
I don't think it's so much their chin going as it is maybe their attitude going a different way. Attitude is everything. Attitude and timing is what separates one from the other in this sport. And once you do get knocked out, I can see how your attitude may change, or you may take a different approach. But I can only hope that if I do when I get knocked out, not if, when I do get knocked out, that I come back the same fighter that I've always been. I'm not gonna, maybe you take a knockout, you start going backwards a little more, and if you get hit going backwards, you're gonna go to sleep more often than not. So, I'm gonna see the same attitude. I'm gonna meet force with force, and I'm definitely not in there to take punches, but if I do take it, it's gonna be on the forehead.
Aggressiveness has been one of your strong suits all this time. Ever since you first started becoming the champion and remaining undefeated, it always seems to pay dividends for you, that you're not afraid to go in there and push the pace. And I'd even say you're more than just fearless. You're almost a little bit reckless, and I mean that as a compliment.
And it does seem like that, but, there is a lot of technique. I've been working an unbelievable amount of time. I have not been doing this that long, fighting or even working towards this. So, 4 or 5 years now. And, every fight I'm improving, and this fight is going to be the same. My balance with my punches, and, I'm not going to be, the only time he hit me is when I went backwards a little bit, and, instead of moving my head to get out of position, I kind of pulled my head, because I felt comfortable, but, definitely wasn't smart. So no matter what, I'm going to stay in good position this fight, and, I don't care if it's a brawl, I don't care if it's a technical fight, I'm going to win either way.
Well, it sounds like you spent a lot of time studying the film from the last fight, but I don't know if that would even be necessary if they hadn't booked a rematch. So did you honestly think they were going to put you two back together again, or did you think you'd have a new challenger?
Oh, yeah, I was definitely looking forward to a new challenger. But man, like you said, Palomino stuff, man, I don't think he deserves to be in there with me, but, he could easily knock me out. So I'm sitting there saying that, and then he's catches a lucky punch and puts me to sleep, and then I'm the fool. So, I think he definitely has the ability to beat pretty much any other person in World Series of Fighting, but that's not me. He does not have the skill, nor the passion, nor the heart, nor the intensity to beat me right now.
Now, I want to take you back to a previous fight you had and ask you about something, because you mentioned before that sometimes it's not necessarily that the fighter's chin goes, but their heart changes. And you fought Melvin Guillard, and it ended up being a non-title fight because he didn't make weight, and it was a close fight, but you won the fight. And then we saw him just fight last weekend, and he got by a guy that some people going in didn't assume was on his level.
I was in the corner.
Tell us what you saw firsthand. What was it like?
Brandon Girtz is freaking tough. He's one of the strongest lightweights I've ever had put his hands on me. So he's got caught, knocked out a couple times, but that was nothing bad from Melvin. People want to sit here and say it was bad from Melvin, but they don't want to give credit to Girtz. Unfortunately, Melvin didn't know he was fighting someone from our team till like 4 or 5 days out, I think. But I fought Melvin last. The fight before I fought Melvin was in our camp, so our coaches were coaching him. That was a tough fight for Melvin. We know, I've trained with Melvin many times. We all know that he's good at wrestling, but if I fought Girtz could do the same thing to me because he's that strong. But, I think Melvin, after that first takedown, I think his, back in the olden days, he might have come up with a little bit more fire in his eyes and a little more attitude, like he did at the end of the third round. But, Melvin broke his hand. Melvin's been treated like shit by a lot of people. And, it's hard to even care, when, we put our life on the line, and, you got these fans out here that don't give a shit, don't care, can't even take, anything into perspective. They're just like, oh, he's past his prime, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, Melvin fought a tough man, and, he got beat. It was a bad matchup for Melvin, and he should have known that. He should have done his research, but he didn't. But next time he comes back, if he fights a striker, he's gonna look just as good as he did before he fought me or Girtz.
I agree, and I don't think he's past his prime, but I do think, like you said, maybe he just underestimated Brandon Girtz a little bit, because as I saw it, the way the fight looked to me, he thought, if I just clip him, this is going to be an easy night for me. And instead, I saw Girtz just taking these little stutter steps, feeling out the range, and he'd land a big punch, and Guillard looked stunned by that, and then he'd immediately get those throws Girtz did were super impressive to me. Like, he was picking him up like a rag doll.
He's very strong. That's what I'm saying. That kid is strong. Let me tell you that. He's strong. He's worked his whole life. He's a sports nutrition guy. I've never seen someone work out, with as much as weight and strength conditioning as he does. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he can breathe with all those damn muscles, but, he's good at what he does, man. And, like I said, Melvin, or Brandon's coach, was Melvin's coach, 2-3 fights ago. So, not easy to plan against him, but I don't know, it's different. It's different than fighting a stranger.
Yeah.
He was it was a well-coached fight.
And this happens a lot in the sport anyway. You see guys move from camp to camp, from coach to coach, from trainer to trainer. So everybody's going to get to know everybody at some point, but you just got to be as physically ready for the fight as you can be. And some things you just can't overcome, like breaking your hand. You can't overcome that in a fight. That ruins your whole day.
Yeah, or getting your feet tossed above your head like that. I mean, that's something you can't plan for. There's not a lot of people, I wrestled my whole life, and there's not a lot of people that put my head or my feet above my head, and Girtz is able to do that if he times it right. And, you know, it's something that I haven't been tossed around like he's done, like he's able to do it. And my whole life, 20 years of wrestling, you know, it's one or two times I felt that. So, you know, he's special. He's got something special when it comes to grappling, and, you know, if you're going to beat him, you're going to have to knock him out. And, you know, Melvin almost did. He didn't. So I love Melvin. I'm actually good friends with Melvin. And, you know, like I said, people treat Melvin like shit because, you know, he comes with a bad attitude or very cocky attitude, but he's actually not like that. He's actually a cool dude and, just been taken advantage of a lot. Which it says words for the people that have always been around him. Not some, you know, he's got like Doc. Doc's a great coach for him, always been there for him, but there's people that take advantage of Melvin and, take advantage of us fighters. You know, they think some of us aren't the smartest, so, there's some piece of shits out there.
Oh yeah, there is. I'm not disputing that at all. I mean, that's part of the reason you win the World Series of Fighting, right? Because they don't treat you like shit.
No, they treat me well, and, you know, yeah, they treat me really well. I love being there. I love being part of that family.
Yeah, it's just a shame that he wasn't able to stick around with him as well because, you know, with 50 fights under his belt, he's the kind of guy that's always in the mix at any time. People might look over him or past him or disrespect him, but you can't overlook a guy with 50 fights. He knows what he's doing. He
does, and he's comfortable, and he's going to come back. Melvin is not done. Melvin is going to, I hope, as long as his attitude doesn't, you know, he can obviously fall off a freaking cliff, and he's not going to come back, but Melvin still's got the skill. He's still there, right there, man. He's still going to beat a lot of people, I guarantee it.
Yeah, and I think Brandon Girtz is probably going to beat a lot of people too. I think people now.
Brandon Girtz, no one's going to doubt Brandon Girtz anymore. They still might doubt him. He was like plus 390 in that fight. You know, because he took a bad knockout in his last fight. He ate a knee coming in, but you know, those are all things that he's worked on here. Working with Jake Ramos down here at Girtz Training Center, you know, you saw his footwork. He was a completely different fighter than the fight before that. So yeah, you know, we got great things going down here at Girtz Training Center, great training partners, and yeah, you know, I just gotta keep it going. Like my fight next week with Paul, or a couple weeks with Palomino. You know, I'm ready. We training my butt off, running my butt off. My legs are ready. You know, I'm ready.
Do you worry at all that when you're two of the best lightweights that are around right now, that maybe someday the time's going to come where you're going to end up having to fight Girtz?
Oh yeah. Hey, you know, I have a few teammates that could be LT Nelson. He's one of them. When I do to fight one of my teammates, it'll be for a belt and it'll be for a shit ton of money. So it won't matter then.
Well, that seems to be the team alpha male attitude about it too. Like, if we got to fight each other, make it for the title, make it for lots of money. That's what they've told me.
Yeah. If it's not for the belt, if it's not for lots of money, then it's not worth. Just give us somebody else.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. So I guess the bottom line at the end of the day is, you know, you already had a fight of the year candidate with Palomino. You're probably going to go out there and have another one. So do you just draw a line in the sand and say, no matter how many great fights we have, if I keep winning them all, we can't keep doing this?
Yeah. At some point, but not right now. I'm still trying to make money. There's only one way to make money, and that's to be exciting. And hey, Palomino, there's only one way to beat him, and that's to freaking, you know, there's not many fights Palomino goes backwards and gets bullied, and that's the only way I'm going to beat him is to go out there and physically take it to him. He's a guy that is unbelievably physical, unbelievably strong. So all that right there is you know, I got to be careful. He can get lucky easily. He's got great punches, fast as hell, powerful as heck. So I just got to be ready. And if I take a knockout, then I'm coming back to fight him again, and I'm going to, you know, whoop his ass again. So he ain't going to get lucky twice in a row. But I'm not worried about that. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to give it my all like I always have, and I'm going to win.
So yeah, you're not planning to lose, but best 2 out of 3, you'd beat him at least 2 times. That's what you're saying.
Oh yeah, 9 out of 10 times. I mean, hey, he hits hard, I'm telling you. But, you know, people don't hit as hard going backwards, so that's what he's going to be doing. He said he doesn't want to make this a brawl. He doesn't want to make it a brawl. He's going to make it a fight. I'm sure that was his plan last time, but I was just in his face the whole time, so it was either go down or brawl. So this time it's going to be brawl or go down. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'll be ready for it. If he doesn't know,
he
he'll
is.
know.
I know he is. I know he's ready.
All right. Well,
I know he's ready, and that's what makes me so excited. I know he's coming.
And how does it feel knowing that it's in the same venue? You might get basically the same crowd and maybe even more people that are just excited from what they heard about the first fight. Now they're coming to the American Theater to see you guys do it again.
Yeah, it's perfect. Hey, and it's my hometown, so tough shit for him. That sucks. You have to. He did that. Hey, I give this guy some credit. There's not a lot of guys that step into the next fight with confidence, and this guy's stepping in with confidence against me again, not even against somebody else. So hey, I will never take anything away from Palomino. I respect the dude, and I'm coming, but I'm proof I'm the best in the world. I am the best in the world. No one can beat me if I'm in shape, and right now I've been training my ass off, and I'm in great shape.
Well, your proof's in the pudding. We saw it the last fight. We'll see it again this fight, I'm sure. So before I let you go, as always, I like to give you the chance to throw out any sponsorships and social media shout-outs you want to give.
Yeah, I definitely want to say thank you to you for having me on and, getting this fight out there. Hopefully a bunch more people will watch. I got some new sponsors, Fusion Vapor, Bulge Clothing. They'll be my new short sponsor. They got make some bamboo underwear and shirts and stuff, so they'll be my new sponsor, my new short sponsor this fight. And then, there's some other mining companies, but they'll all be on I'll shout them all out on the fight night.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be a long list. You'll have a banner full of them, so you can just turn around and look at it if you need to, right?
Exactly. I'm just taking a peek down my shorts real quick. I'll probably miss a couple, but, they know I get punched in the face for a living, and, it's pretty stressful.
Yeah,
so, they give me breaks.
Yeah, as long as they're seen on television, they'll be happy with that. They'll cut you the check, and I know you'll give them a show. So I'm looking forward to the fight on September 18th, Comerica Center, World Series Fighting 23, Gaethje versus Palomino 2. It's going to be epic. Justin, thank you so much.
Absolutely, Steve. Thank you very much.
All right, you take care, and I'll talk to you later.